And let me share my screen with you guys and get our presentation going. Okay. And let me start presenting. There we go. Okay. I'm just gonna go through the presentation. My name's Kara Kading, and you'll get to learn a little bit about me in the next upcoming slides. But I'm gonna have my team, I've got Elsa and Joan, they will be able to let people in and also answer any questions in the chat as we go along. And then we'll scroll through and make sure that everybody's questions get answered also, okay? So don't worry if they're in the chat. Sometimes the chat gets like crazy and it starts flying through and there's a million questions. We will kind of scroll up through and make sure that everybody's questions get answered. And like I said, this is so revolutionary that we are teaching this class all the time. And if you're here, you're probably just like me, where I was right now. I'm 43. I'm going to be 44 next month. And I was just frustrated with my metabolic health. And especially, I think in the month of January, we're all like we have these intentions for the new year. We want to do things right. We want to take care of our body. We want to find out how we can really help our metabolism. And it seemed like, and people told me this, and I was like, that's not true. I'm healthy. I take care of myself. But it seemed like once I hit 40, I was just stuck. And I couldn't lose the weight as easily. My body was not as forgiving to me when I would eat unhealthy foods or not take care of myself or not get the good quality of sleep that I wanted. It was just really just wreaking havoc on my system, right? Things were just a little bit more of a struggle. And I thought, oh my gosh, is it going to go downhill from here? Like I'm 40, I've got a ways to go. I guess I'm just going to be like going downhill with this way that I feel, right? And so I was so excited. So I got to go to the Diamond Club retreat with doTERRA last July. So I kind of got a sweet education and to learn about this product very early on. And I was like, oh my gosh, please, like this is what I need. And so let me know if metabolic health, if this is something that matters to you. Okay. If this is obviously, if you're on this call, you're like, help me, right? And so there are some things that we can do to improve our metabolic health. A lot of people, and this is kind of how I felt, where I was like, okay, my metabolism, what I need to do is I need to lower the number of calories that I'm eating, right? I'm probably eating too much. So I need to shave down my what I'm eating. And then I need to work out and I need to burn more calories. And I thought I would lose weight that way. And I was so frustrated. I was at a gym. I met, had these little meetings about, what was happening. And I was like, I wasn't losing weight. I think it was actually gaining weight. And I was so frustrated. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And I was crazy. Like, I was like, okay, I wake up at 5:45, I go to burn boot camp, and then I walk my dogs 3 miles, and then in the evening, I'm lifting weights again and trying to lose the weight, and nothing was happening. And that is because metabolism is so much more than just your weight loss and your weight gain. Okay. And when we explain the system, this will all make so much more sense. But this metabolic makeover that we offer with MetaPower is going to help you on so many different levels. And for me, it really took me by surprise of everything that I have been feeling since I've been taking it religiously. So we got it was so funny because so we got one of these little sachets of our collagen as a little gift at the actual diamond retreat. And it was so precious to me. I just was just like, when am I going to take this? I just hung on to it for 2 months before I actually was able to take it and try it. But got my kit. This was actually in October was when I started actually getting the routine and taking it religiously. So for me, obviously, I was looking for weight loss because this was something I had been struggling with. No matter what I did, that weight would not go away. But as you can see, this is me. And this was just in 3 weeks. Okay. So yes, I did lose weight. But I don't want you to think that this is like a weight loss program. There is so much more to that. And I started to understand why I was actually losing weight, like what the reasoning was. And when you first start this Metapower program, it's really important for you to, and you don't have to post these pictures all over. You don't have to get in a swimming suit. But I was like, what the heck? I might as well show this because it's amazing the changes within just a few weeks. But what I didn't realize was how, and if you don't take the pictures beforehand, and after, like you won't notice this, because sometimes those that will go by and it'll be like you won't notice what you used to look like. I never thought that this is what I looked like in the morning with no makeup on. Like I had these dark circles under my eyes. It was and wrinkly. I feel like my eyes were like more deep inset. My skin was just not as bright. So just within 3 weeks, you can see my skin is brighter. It has that healthy glow. My cheeks are pink. I have less of that. And again, these are both without makeup, same time of the day, both taken in the bathroom. And you can see the smoothness here happening. And look at right here. Aren't those, what are those called? Your 11s or whatever. And just within 3 weeks, they're starting to dissipate. And so, and this just keeps getting better and better. I should take more pictures, but the only full-length mirror in our house, as you can see from this photo, is in my son's bedroom. I don't know why, but it's the only full-length mirror, and it's a lot of times it's pretty messy in there. So I look in there, I'm like, oh, do I want to take a picture? And that requires me having to clean up this room. So I need to do some more pictures, but I recommend pictures, getting a journal, okay, writing down what you're feeling, and measurements. So a lot of people will say, well, I haven't lost the weight, but I've lost inches, okay, significant amount of inches. So take note of that. But even here, you can see the smoothness in my skin made a huge difference, okay? So it's just smoother, almost right off the bat. Everything, all my muscles started to see more tone to them. In addition to this, which you can't see, okay, you're just looking at me on the outside, I had more energy during the day. I have really great deep sleep, a deep sleep that I don't think I ever even knew existed. A deep sleep there, when I wake up, I'm like, where am I? Right? I mean, it's just unbelievable. Reduced inflammation. So that's where a lot of my, I think, weight loss came from, was losing that inflammation, losing that weight I was holding on to due to high levels of stress and anxiety. So I found that the Metapower was really helping me emotionally. And once that I was able to kind of calm down and relax and not be or feel in that fight or flight mode, that weight was released. Okay. It was incredible. I have no more achy knees or joints or lower back pain. So I used to be a runner. Then I went to be a walker, and then a trotter. And now I'm actually back to running again. I was out for a walk and my body just wanted to run. And I haven't been out for a run since 2013 was the last time I was running. So it was just like, it felt like a dream, right? I'm like, am I running? And this is all, I'm so thankful for Metapower. I also have great, much better mental clarity. I crave different foods. So for me, I always would want like a cookie or a brownie after a meal. I don't have that craving anymore. Or even late night snacking, those things like, it was really weird. I'd be craving cucumbers, or I'm excited for a salad. Instead of thinking like I have to eat a salad, I can't wait. Like my husband right now is making dinner downstairs and making a salad because that's what we both crave. Also, like that emotional eating is gone. So again, I'm picking different foods, and that is also helping with the weight loss. But also I'm happier. I feel like I wasn't a sad person, but I just feel happier and bright. And I also have much better stamina throughout the day. So this is awesome. But my husband and I both are taking this. So we've noticed like we have this longer endurance throughout the day. So instead of just getting home from work and wanting to just sit on the couch or relax or watch Netflix or whatever, we are continuing to stay in motion and feel good about it. So we'll go for a walk together. We have cleaned so much in our home that we have, I mean, stuff that's been sitting around here. We just cleaned the pantry and we just never have time to do that. We just never felt like doing that. Right. We found stuff in there from like 4 or 5 years ago. So like we're feeling good and feeling like actually doing the things. So the house looks totally different, which is another benefit of MetaPower. So that's all me. I got that out of the way, right? That's my testimony. And we'll hear yours, as we get to the end and get to later. So we talk about metabolism. Okay, please know that your metabolism and your biological age are inseparable. So biological is going to be different than like your chronological age. Okay, like your chronological age, we cannot change that. There's nothing we can do. I'm going to be 43 years old. I'm going to be turning 44. There's nothing I can do to stop that. Okay, that is your chronological age. But your biological or your metabolic age can vary. A lot of times, most people, it kind of swings either somewhere within a 5-year span, either 5 years older or 5 years younger. Okay, somewhere, unless you're, I mean, some people, I mean, are not taking care of themselves at all, right? And you've seen some people, especially like with Facebook now, or if you've gone to a high school reunion or you run into maybe an old classmate at the grocery store, and they either look great, right? And you're like, wow, you look amazing. You look just like you used to in high school. Or they look really rough, right? And you're like, oh my God, like she looks so old. Like what I'm not, I mean, we're the same age. How do I don't even, how do I look like that? And that has to do with our metabolic or biological age. Okay. And this is something that we can change, can have an impact on. Okay, this actually can be reversed and allow you to look and feel younger. And that's where MetaPower really comes into play. So this is very similar, exactly the same thing as like our health span versus our lifespan. Your lifespan is how many years you actually live, and your health span is how many years you live healthy, right? So we really want to be conscious and focusing on your healthy years, because there's no point in living to be 100 and the last 15 years of your life, the quality of life is no good. And I don't want to be that person that ages and just gets more sedentary, that sits in the chair, that sleeps all day, or that doesn't want to go out of the house. Like, I want to be with my family. I want to be on the trips with them. I want to go places. I want to see my kids. I want to take my grandchildren places. So this is your health span, how many years that you are actually living healthy. Okay, so that's what we want to focus on. We want to live younger, longer. So I guess I just said this. Health span is the number of years we live healthy. Lifespan is the number of years that we live. So we're really focusing on health span, okay, and increasing that. So your metabolic health, this affects every aspect of your life. Okay, this is not just weight loss. Your metabolic health affects our focus, our brain function, our hormones, cellular health, skin, your stress and mood, pain and inflammation, our immune system, energy, digestion, sleep. All of these systems are connected to our metabolic health. All right. So again, this is not just weight loss. So what are things that are getting in our way of our metabolic health? A lot of times, this is kind of like the top reasons why people struggle. It's your lack of stress management. So maybe you're in a very stressful situation, whether it's at a job or in a home, or financially, whatever it may be. Not being able to manage that stress can really wreak havoc on our body. Just like me, when I had that stress and anxiety, my body was holding on to that weight and that inflammation. Lack of movement. If we're not moving our body every day, this has an impact, of course, on our metabolic health. Getting that or having that lack of quality sleep. If we're not getting good quality sleep, sleep is so important. And and restorative sleep, okay? Because this is the time that our body is doing all the repair and the replication of our healthy cells and flushing out toxins. All the work is happening while we're sleeping. So we've got to make sure that we get a nice, good chunk of quality sleep. Lack of nutrition. We all know this, right? What we put in is what comes out. And so we would never put bad gas in our car, right? You would never go to the gas station and fill your car up with like cold water. That would just destroy it. We put the correct gas in our car. We need to do the same thing with our bodies. And exposure to toxins, right? Whether it may be the foods that you're eating or the air quality, all sorts of different things play factors into that. The cleaning chemicals, all of that, and there's things, of course, that we can do to eliminate. Thank God we have DoTerra. Okay, where's my little arrow? Okay, so only 6.8% of US adults have optimal metabolic health. Okay, that means that the remaining 93 of us are struggling. And so when doTERRA was researching this, okay, MetaPower is doTERRA's #1 most researched product in their history. So when they came upon knowing this and understanding that 93% of Americans don't have optimal metabolic health, they were like, we need to come up with a system. We need to help people. We need to be able to work with them to be able to get them into the correct range of health and wellness. And so this is MetaPower. Okay. It's an incredible solution, and we'll talk about it now. When we talk about your foundations of health, for any of you who have been with doTERRA for any length of time, or in our Live Guide, or if you've had a wellness consult with your wellness advocate, you've seen this pyramid before, right? We talk about the basis, the foundation here is your nutrition and your digestion, your movement and metabolism. That's what we're going to hone in on right here tonight. And then, of course, there are other things that go continuing on: your rest, your managing stress. We're working always to reduce that toxicity, informed self-care, and proactive medical care, right? Taking care of our bodies. So let's start here tonight with the foundation. 3 things you need to know is that nutrition and metabolism are directly connected, okay? What we put in our body will affect you metabolically. Nutritional deficiencies and metabolic imbalances affect almost everyone in the US. And please know that there are safe and effective and affordable solutions that you can use in your daily routine. And it only takes a few minutes. Once you get this set into your routine, I don't even think about it anymore. I get excited. I cannot wait to take my advantage. It's just like the best part of my day. So let's talk about it. Okay, these are the 2 systems I'm going to talk about tonight. I want to, of course, everyone's all excited and wants to learn about MetaPower, and we'll talk about that too. But remember that nutrition and digestion is #1. That is the foundation of our health and wellness. And so we want to make sure that we're starting there with our lifelong vitality system. Okay, I'm sure you guys have seen these bottles before. If you are already in doTERRA, this is our foundation of health, lifelong vitality. And so they are meant and intended to go hand in hand. And I'll show you a really smart way at the end to be able to get these both at a very affordable price. But this is what our family takes every day. And if you sent me off to a deserted island and I could only have one doTERRA product, of course, that's a little challenging now because now we have MetaPower, but I could not live without lifelong vitality. It is doTERRA's #1 most reordered product. It has a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you don't have more energy during the day, better sleep at night, less aches and pains, and better mood management, you can return the empty bottles. Okay, and let me show you why this is so powerful. There's 3 different, you can sell those 3 different bottles that come in our system. And one is Microplex. This is basically like your 12 servings of your fruits and vegetables. You get 22 essential vitamins and minerals in here that, of course, is helping with our healthy cell development. We want to do everything that we can to nourish our body and make sure that we're giving our body the fuel that it needs to be able for these systems, right, to run and to be able to support our systems metabolically. This is fighting free radicals. We have powerful antioxidants in here like vitamins A and C and E. And we've also got calcium, magnesium, zinc, vitamin D. This is helping with your bone health. We're working on immune health and healthy digestion. So that's the first one. And then your omegas. So this has your omega 3, 6, and 9s. And this is really important for your brain and your heart health. Okay, so we're talking about brain development, healthy cell growth, muscle activity, immune function, joint health. All of this is so important. Plus, you get some amazing essential oils in here, right? We're getting clove, frankincense, thyme, cumin, wild orange, peppermint, ginger, German chamomile. All of these are important for our cellular integrity. And then the alpha CRS. So this is really powerful antioxidants. This is helping to eliminate those free radicals in our systems so that we are living younger, longer. All right. So as we're talking about this Metapower, it's important for you to understand that this Metapower does not replace your lifelong vitality. And doTERRA, again, has put it together very affordably where you can purchase and be able to get them at a discount so that you can take both and not have to worry about, oh gosh, well, which one am I going to take now? These two work very well together. Plus, you've got like your ginkgo biloba in here for mental clarity and energy, healthy cell function. This is a wonderful, wonderful foundation for your health and wellness. You save a ton of money by taking this. And I don't know about you, and you can throw it in the chat for those of you who are taking lifelong vitality of what you've noticed, or maybe what I really noticed is when I forgot to take it. So like I had left on a trip and my pill case, I left it sitting out on the bathroom counter, which I will never do again. Like I now have, I have two just in case I'm crazy and I forget my one pack. I've got a backup in a different bag because I don't ever want to be without it. But it was the worst, or I guess it was like a week without it. I just felt blah. I didn't have the energy I normally did. Like everything just felt off. And this system saves you a ton of money because look at all this goodness. So if you went to the grocery store and you tried to get all of this, packed in these wonderful supplement system, it'd be like over $1,300. It's just crazy. So you get tons of goodness in here. I can't say enough about it. This is your foundation, and this is where you want to make sure that you're beginning, right? Or maybe like sometimes there's brand new customers on here who just started with Metapower, or you're thinking about starting. You can get started with Metapower and then you will have a wholesale account, right? And so you'll be able to get this at this discounted price and put that on your monthly order. Okay, now we're jumping in to kind of the fun stuff, right? We got the nutrition out of the way. We got the base done. Now we're moving into the movement, the metabolism, right? Metabolism, I know like it's not weight loss necessarily, but the word does excite me because I'm like, yay, there's hope for my metabolism, right? It's not a downward spiral. I'm not just going to get slow and sluggish as I get older. And so this is your Metapower system that we're going to dive into right now. It is super easy. It is a 3-part system. Okay. So there are 3 things that you can incorporate into your routine. So one is just the metabolic blend that is available in 4 different methods of delivery. Okay. And so this will be the soft gels, in which you can kind of take, I take the soft gels like, pretty much like after every meal is what I do. And that really helps me with my sugar cravings. Sometimes I'll take one like first thing in the morning because I feel like it just gives like kind of wakes up my body and gets things moving. The oil itself, and I did a whole video on this, a Wellness Wednesday, about like the 18 million ways you can use just the oil itself. So I have it in my water all the time. I feel like I need some Metapower right now. And it's great. It tastes great. This is a blend of your grapefruit, lemon, peppermint, ginger, and cinnamon in here. And so it tastes really good in water, in smoothies. I know Elsa puts it like in her yogurt. I put it in my oatmeal. You can do so many different things with it as far as how you're going to be ingesting it. But you can also apply it topically. So before a workout, I'll massage this into like problem areas like my stomach and my hips. Those are just there. areas. So I'll take like the doTERRA's, the unscented spa lotion, and massage that in with the oil, and then just rub that in before a workout. It works really well before you go into a sauna. You can also use it for dry brushing. We did a Wellness Wednesday, I think right before Christmas, all about how to dry brush. So this is a great one to incorporate into dry brushing because it's going to really help with circulation and break up those fatty deposits. And then we have the soft gels. So the gum and the soft gels are like the soft gel, or they mean the beadlets are going to be like a quarter drop of the essential oil. So these I just have on hand with me. The gum the same way, whenever, especially mid-afternoon is my time when I feel like, oh, I feel like I need a coffee, or there's a wonderful bakery right across the street. I could go get some a donut or a muffin or something like that. But if I have my gum or my beadlets, it does a much better job in helping to curb those sugar cravings. The gum I also like for like during a workout. I feel like it's really helpful. And then as you're chewing the gum, you can add, like over time, it starts to kind of lose its flavor, and you can add a beadlet to your gum and it will help to refresh the flavor. Really good that way. And then the assist, and we'll talk about how to take that. That's your capsule. And then the advantage. This is your collagen and NMN. Okay. I'm not saying M&Ms. I'm saying NMN. And NMN is an energy molecule that our body needs for all those systems to function properly. And collagen, I'm sure you guys have heard about collagen when we'll talk about that. And actually, tomorrow night for Wellness Wednesdays, Dr. Kelly is going to be talking all about really understanding collagen, because it's a big hype word right now, but be careful because there's a lot of junk on the market. Okay, so I talked about this. I kind of went ahead here and talked about just the blend itself. And these are, again, I call these freestyle. So you can use these for any way you want, anytime you want. Everybody's a little bit different. Okay. Remember that we all have different body chemistry. So what I like may not be what you like, but as long as you're incorporating it into your daily routine, it's going to be very supportive in, okay, this first one makes me so happy: inhibiting fat cell maturation. Yay. Okay. So this means that we all have fat cells. Okay. So when we're losing weight, those fat cells don't actually get flushed out of our body. Like, we don't have less fat cells, but those fat cells are the fat inside of them decreases. Okay. So this is where I'm not fat. This is where I'm getting fatter. I'm losing weight. I'm gaining weight. That cell is getting either filled with fat or decreased in fat. Okay. Just think of it like balloons. Okay. So we're inhibiting that fat cell maturation. So that means we're protecting that cell from filling up with fat. And it also helps with curbing the cravings and supporting our metabolic health, right? And so here is a great chart that you can look at and see how this is what fat cells look like. Okay. And you can see all that little chunky fat in there. It looks like a nice piece of meat. And over time these is the dosage of using your MetaPower oil. You can see how those little chunks of fat are dissipating, right? So those fat cells are shrinking and it's starting to look like this. This is my goal right here, looking like that. So incorporating it into your routine is going to really help with inhibiting that fat cell maturation, which is like the best news I've ever. I'm like, is this for real? It's for real, right? The science is there. And then we dive into the assist itself. So the assist is an unsung hero of this system. So it has the oils in it, but it also has mulberry leaf and berberine. And what these do is they help to inhibit those glucose spikes. So every time we eat, and I'll show you what that looks like, if we eat something, especially like in a high carbohydrate or high sugar, our glucose levels spike up. And so when they spike up like that, that puts a lot of stress on our body. And it's also producing oxidative stress on our body, which means that we're aging. Okay. So what the assist is doing is it's an incredible anti-ager for us. It's helping with healthy insulin sensitivities, helping with healthy blood sugar responses, and helping to balance our energy out throughout the day. So I take this with my either like my biggest meal, or whenever you have a high carb meal. Maybe it's 2 times a day that you just end up having a high carb meal. Take your assist with that meal. All right, so here's what it would look like if you were eating this. Please don't have breakfast like this. This is not the healthy eating I was talking about. This is a pile of pancakes with, I think there's like syrup and butter melting all over the top. Obviously, this is going to be a sugary breakfast, and you're going to have those spikes in your system. Think of it as like a car. And when you have your, like, especially a brand new car, you're super careful with it, right? You are just cautious in your acceleration and your deceleration, right? At a stoplight, you're not just going to be slamming on the gas or slamming on the brakes, because we all know that puts a ton of wear and tear on the car. And it's the same way with these glucose spikes in our body. So when we have these glucose spikes, this puts a lot of wear and tear and that oxidative stress on our body. So when we take the assist, this helps to balance out those sugar levels and prevents those spikes from occurring, helping to reduce that oxidative stress. So here's the science behind it, you guys. This is the same meal that a person had, and this is without the assist, and you can see the spikes throughout here. And then here in January, you can see it's much more tempered, much more balanced out. So that's an 11% decrease on that meal from taking that assist. Oh, goody. Now we get to the fun part. This is probably the one that's gotten the most attention, the darling of the system, just because we're all excited about collagen and what it can do for us, right? And so this is helping with that biological aging, your biological health, and helping to improve your health span to live younger, longer, helping with cognitive function, muscle, lean muscle and connective tissue, your skin elasticity and firmness. And I want to talk to you about like why our collagen is so amazing and so much better than any other collagen on the market. First of all, you maybe just hear collagen, right? And you hear us talk about collagen, but you don't exactly know what it is. Like I said, I highly recommend jumping on the Wellness Wednesday tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. And Dr. Kelly is going to be talking all about just the collagen. It's incredible. But this is really what our body, this is the glue that our body uses for our muscles, our blood vessels, our bones, our skin, digestive system. Like it's so much more than what society is pushing, like hair, skin, and nails. It's so much more than that. So this is going to be helping to benefit you with our advantage, okay? Will benefit your joints and your muscles. It will help with that mobility and that lean muscle mass. It's going to help, of course, with the hair and skin and nails, and your gut health. So, 80% of our immune system is in our gut. We have more neurotransmitters in our gut than we actually do in our brain. And so we want to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves in our gut, right? It's really important. And so this is going to help with that healthy digestion and that metabolism, because remember that our metabolic health is connected to all of these systems. Everything will have an impact. So what is in our metabolic blend, in our advantage? First of all, we have the regular blend that we talked about. That's your grapefruit, your lemon, your peppermint, your cinnamon, your ginger. But we also have marine-based collagen. We have 9 different types of collagen in our MetaPower. And I'll show you a chart. Like most other collagen on the market only has 1 or 2 different types of collagen. They're really focusing on like the skin, right? Because nobody wants to get old and wrinkly. But we have 9 different types in there, which is really important because we're covering all of the systems. We're taking care of your metabolic health. Red orange fruit extract, we have that NMN and NADH, which is really important for, that's an energy molecule, okay? And collagen and NMN, our body naturally produces, but unfortunately, when we hit age 25, it starts to decrease its production of this, which is, I don't know why 25, like maybe it should be 95, but why 25? I don't know. We're just getting started, right? And so what the Metapower does is this helps and is supporting you because we have that decrease in production. Hyaluronic acid and resveratrol. These are two wonderful components for anti-aging and immune support. Your fruit extracts, your liposomic vitamin C. This is going to help tremendously with us being able to absorb the collagen also, and biotin is in here. So there's a lot. Okay. And again, remember, this is marine-based collagen. This isn't coming from like chickens or anything like that. This is sourced from sustainably harvested cold water marine fish in Italy. So we got type 1. Again, that's a lot of what you'll see on the market. That's related to your skin beauty. Type 2 is for your bone protection and cartilage. And then we've got several other types that are helping with the skin, helping with to stabilize that, and also helping with the oxidative stress and inhibiting that cell apoptosis. So we're preserving the cell integrity in our bodies. We're working with joints, your spine, your cartilage, your brain. I think that's pretty important. All sorts of cell growth, all of that. Again, 9 different types in here. And what makes our collagen different is because, again, remember that we've got 9 different types, and they are in what is called a tripeptide form. Okay, that's the unique collagen peptide. Tripeptide is different than what you see in the market. A lot of other collagens are in a peptide form. So I say a great visualization for this is maybe like a cucumber. So one big, huge cucumber, if we tried to eat that, all right, we couldn't just eat a whole cucumber. It would be very difficult, but it would be hard on our digestive system too, right? Your body sees it as a food, and it would take some time to be able to break it down. We probably wouldn't even absorb all the nutrients of that cucumber, and as it passed through our system. But if we break it up into little bite-sized pieces into a tripeptide form, which is what our collagen is in, our body can absorb it much more readily, much quicker, because it doesn't have to go through the digestive process of trying to break down this peptide. It's tripeptide, so it's broken down and absorbed into the system much more readily. In addition to that, again, it's going to be more bioavailable, more absorbable, but it's also hydrolyzed, which means it's going to be activated by you. I'll explain how to be able to use this, okay? Because it's in a powder form. You may have seen liquid forms of collagen on the market, but the powder is superior because it doesn't need to be pasteurized, which means it's going to be much more stable, and we can secure that NMN energy molecule in here when it's not a liquid. And a lot of the liquid forms, if you look at them, they have sugars in them. The whole point is to be able to not have sugars, right? And so, why add sugar to something to be able to make it taste good? Because that's just going to be not beneficial for our body. So this is activated by you. Okay. It's in a powder form. I'll put it in a 5 ounces of cold water. I prefer cold water. So 5 ounces of cold water. You can mix it up with a frother, or you can put it in a shaker bottle. Those are the 2 ways I recommend. Or if you're traveling, for me, like I was on a business trip and I just got some of those like little half waters. I think it's like 8 ounces. And I would just drink a little bit, add this to it, shake it up. Okay, make sure that it's shaken up, and then just drink it down. You want to drink this within 15 minutes of activating it, okay? Because you're just going to get the most benefit that way. But this is the best way to be able to consume it. You can add a little bit of ice in there. I recommend, like people will ask, can I put this in a smoothie, whatever. I guess so, but the best way that you're going to get the best benefit is to be able to put it in water, and then just drink it down. And again, 5 ounces of water, you can just shoot that down. And so super easy to do. This is the comparison that I was talking about. So you can see that, again, that we are sustainably sourced marine collagen. It's not any kind of chicken or whatever. We've got 9 different types of collagen in here. Of course, everything that doTERRA gives to you is going to be tested. We've got 70% of those tripeptides, so it's going to be much more bioavailable, 12 times more bioavailable than any other collagen on the market. And then we've got additional other ingredients in here. So you've got again, remember that chart of all the goodness that's in here. This is going to be wonderful for you because you're getting all these additional benefits. So this is going to help not only with skin, but your energy. It's anti-aging, the body, the cartilage, your inflammation, all of those things. And there's no sugar in here. And you can see that it's going to be incredibly affordable also. And a lot of times, some of these that are in a liquid form, you're paying for the water. Okay. It's heavy. Imagine shipping that. The weight of that is insane. So we are a very affordable collagen. All right. So these are some testimonies, and then I'd love to hear from you guys too. So this is all of these are like within 30 days. And this was a person who actually didn't lose any weight, which is crazy, right? You think, oh my gosh, it looks like she lost weight. Well, she didn't lose weight. Exactly. She didn't lose weight, but she lost the inches, and you can see the smoothness in her skin, and all these little bumps and rolls are gone. Here's another one with, a little over 30 days of taking this, but you can see that this little belly bulge is gone. Same thing here. I had a friend who just started what you was call like a super user. So not every single day, but she's taking 2 a day. So 1 in the morning and 1 at night. And she's noticed this just this wonderful decrease in this, whatever this going on there, that bulge in her stomach. Here's another one. This is 31 days, and you can see that this mass has just dramatically decreased, right? Everything is smoother and firmer. And even in her face, right? You can see that change too. I love to see the close-up of the face, because sometimes things happen and you don't even really realize it. But again, I do recommend, and you don't have to share it with anybody, but you can see the difference in the glow of the skin and the smoothness of the skin here, right? It's really incredible. So this is before Metabolic, and this is obviously a longer span, but I feel like for me, this month of January has been a really eye-opening experience. Like in the beginning, it's fun, it's exciting. The first 30 days, I'm like, yay, all these wins. But I have never felt better than I have this month of January. Usually January, I'm in Wisconsin. I tend to maybe get the winter blues. I tend to lack in energy. I'm like checking off the calendar of like, when is this month going to be over? When is it going to, when's the sun going to shine? When is it going to feel like spring? When can I get outside again? And I haven't felt that way at all. I have just been loving every single day. And I just feel like allowing yourself to give yourself some time. Maybe it's not happening right in those first 30 days, but it's just going to get better and better throughout time. It's amazing. Does anyone have a testimony that they'd like to share? Maybe that you want to share, give us a couple minutes maybe of what you've been experiencing. I'd love to hear it live. I don't want to be the only one talking.
Here, this is Joan.
Okay, Joan.
Now, I have not seen any weight loss at all, but I actually think I had a pretty decent weight to begin with. But I don't have sugar cravings anymore. I used to be like hungry in the middle of the afternoon, and I'm not anymore. That's probably the biggest thing. Also, I would say, and you mentioned this too, that you have more energy throughout the day. I have noticed that. I'd be tired, like I could take a nap in the afternoon, and I don't need to do that anymore. So I'm not losing weight, but I do see other benefits of it. And I'm also giving it a chance too. I've only been doing it for a couple of months, and so I'm not giving up. I also love the taste of the Advantage. So
yeah, that's something like I look so forward to. Every day is like, okay, it's time to, I make it up for my husband and myself. And so I just get those two mixed up, and we kind of have it together. And
my body craves it. Like we'll take the dog for a walk in the afternoon, and when I come home, it's like I have to have my collagen. It's like my body craves
I'm like,
it.
oh, I can't go without it.
Yeah.
I agree. That's awesome.
I can share. I'm 66, so I'm a little older than many of you maybe, but I have just had lots of ways that this has made a difference for me. I don't have a scale, so I took all the measurement stuff. And the first thing I noticed was after a little more than a month, I had lost about 3.5 inches around my belly, which was
Awesome.
like, this is awesome. You know, I've had that belly since after all my kids, and so that was great. But the bigger thing is the difference in how I feel. I always sleep on my side at night, and I would wake up hurting, like behind my shoulder and underneath there, and have to flip sides all night long to be comfortable enough to fall back to sleep. I don't
Mhm.
do that anymore. I usually wake up in the exact same position I laid down in. So I'm sleeping so much better. It's just huge. But even little things like my eyebrows have thickened out and grown back in, which when you're in your mid plus 60s is a big thing. But just I have all baby hairs going back in where I didn't
Yay.
have any, and so that's fun. But and then the way I just feel.
Yes, that's awesome. Yes, and to see those little baby hairs coming in is so exciting. I've noticed that too, like with my eyebrows. I mean, not even now am I just like tweezing them. I actually have to like take a scissors and cut them. Like, okay, these are getting pretty bushy. So it's exciting to see. All right, anybody else? One more?
Yeah,
Is there somebody? I just heard like a groan.
that was me.
Oh,
I'm Margot, and I'm even
oh, there,
older.
yay. Hey,
I'm
Margot.
I'm 74, but I can tell you that since I have been taking it, my cholesterol has gone down, and so has my potassium, which the doctor was both concerned about. So it has done wonders in that respect as well.
Yes, that's awesome. We're really, because it takes a little time to get some of these results, and to hear people's cholesterol results has been amazing. So that's a kind of a new, not a new one coming in, but we're hearing more and more of that. So that's awesome.
Kara, can you tell everybody kind of like your routine? Just because I know some people have asked like how many times a day, do we
Oh,
take
yeah. Okay.
these?
Okay. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so maybe this will help. Let me do this. So this is the system, right? And so when we talked about the blend itself is coming as the beadlets, the oil, the gum, and the soft gels. And those are your freestyle ones. So for me personally, I can't wait to put that Metapower oil. Okay, that's in my water throughout the day, or in my smoothie. I have a friend that when I ran into her, I'm like, gosh, I know, like, I think she just bought the oil. So I was like, you look amazing. Did you get the Metapower system? Or she's like, I'm just smelling that Metapower. She's like, I just put it in the diffuser and I'm just smelling it. And it's so amazing how, as we know in our diffuser, getting anything in there, it's not just smelling good, it's actually getting into our system. So she's benefiting tremendously just from smelling the Metapower oil. It's awesome. So the gum and the beadlets, again, those are really, really supportive and helpful for me mid-afternoon. And then the soft gels, I love to take one in the morning with my Lifelong Vitality, and then with my lunch and with my dinner, because they really help and stop with those. I don't know, God bless my grandma. I loved her. She made she cooked for our family every single day. But she also always had a dessert. And so that was just part of my routine, right? She always would have grandmas always do this, like a pie or cookies or brownies or, chocolate. She just thought everyone needed to have something sugary, some dessert after your meal. And so I became kind of accustomed to that. And so trying to kind of break up with sugar and not, break that habit the soft gel has really helped me with that. So I just don't even crave it anymore. It's not even on my radar. I don't even think about it. And so that is the oil blend itself. And then the assist, again, you're going to take one of those with your biggest meal to prevent those glucose spikes. So when it first came out, we were talking about taking it 30 minutes before your biggest meal. And we found that that's not necessary. You can take it right with your meal, which makes life super easy. And I will have them in like I have them in my purse, like in one of those little pill boxes, just in case, like on a whim, all of a sudden, maybe we decide to go out for lunch or, meet friends for dinner or something like that. It's just reassuring to know I've got my assist with me, and I will take it with my biggest meal, or if I have 2 big meals in a day, or 2 high carbohydrate meals in a day, I will take this because those enzymes protect our receptors from absorbing too much sugar and too many carbohydrates. Okay. So it's going to help to just kind of block that off. Yay. So you can still eat that bowl of spaghetti, which is one of my favorite things. And then the advantage, this again, that's your collagen. That's this lovely one right here in the middle. And that varies for everybody. Okay. Everyone's chemistry is a little bit different. And you guys can throw in the chat who's already taking Metapower of when you like to take this. For me, I like to take it closer to the end of the day. So like maybe with dinner or for me, 4 o'clock is my jam. That's when I like to take it. I feel like it helps to like increase my productivity throughout the night, and I sleep really well too. But like Dana, my friend Dana Moore, she took it at 4 o'clock and then she wasn't able to sleep at night. So she takes hers first thing in the morning. She's a little bit younger than me, so it may have something to do like with age. Or I find if people, I don't want to say you're toxic, but like if there are some toxins that your body's trying to work out and flush out, this collagen, this advantage is going to be working on your system to be able to flush those toxins out. So sometimes that can make people tired. And so taking it at night, if you find that you're taking this in the morning and you're tired, just shift it to later in the day. Okay. And then it will really help with sleep, I find. So like I said, everybody is a little bit different of what you like. But that's just you kind of playing around with it and seeing what works best for you. I haven't really felt the need to be like a super user or take more than one a day. I feel pretty content with it unless I'm doing like an extensive workout. Like that first day that I went running, I don't know. Like I said, it was like a dream. And I ran hard. I just like went for it like I was in a marathon or something. I don't even know. It just felt so good. So when I got back, the advantage is going to also help with workouts and like your muscle recovery. So I was like, I need all the help I can get because I was just crazy right now. So I had it in the morning also. And then I had my usual one at 4 p.m. So it just depends on you. And there's no right or wrong as long as it's part of your routine. And I recommend having the product out so that you don't forget about it. So like we have this little area in our kitchen where like we make like our coffee and tea and things like that. And I have a little glass bowl that has the advantage right there. So every time I walk past, I'm looking at it. And I mean, it's pretty, right? My little bowl of advantage. I like it, but it is a reminder to me so that I don't forget, where I feel like if I closed it up in the cabinet, I maybe would forget it. And then the oils I have out like in a little, like anything that I put in my water, like your lemon, lime, wild orange, the Metapower, I have like a little shelf for them and I put those oils in there. So I see them. So if you have your product out where you see it, you're going to remember to take it better. So that's just getting into the routine is key here. So if you're an existing customer, you can add it right to your LRP as your loyalty rewards order. And it's going to be the same price for everybody here. Or you can be a brand new customer get started with a kit. I always recommend getting started with a kit, and then I'll show you how you can reorder, because you're not going to need every single thing every month. Some people do, like some people love the gum and they order, 2 packages every month. But your key products that you're going to be like a really 30-day supply here is your advantage, is the Metapower Advantage, your collagen, that's a 30-day supply, and the assist, that's a 30-day supply. So that's taking one with your biggest meal. And so hopefully that explains kind of like your set routine. And whenever you get started, talk to the person who invited you to this, because we have like a chart that will show, and maybe, I don't know, but just talk to them, because we have like a nice, whenever anyone gets started, I give them like a little flyer, and it says, here's your steps, right? Here's your daily routine, so that you can kind of get used to it and start incorporating it. But it's going to be that 179 either way, because when you're a new customer, you get that wholesale price as soon as you sign up. It's pretty awesome. And you'll get free shipping that way too. So here is the way that you can save the most. So whether if you're a new customer, you're signing up with that 179 MetaPower kit, or maybe you're on this call, you already have a wholesale account. You want to start with the whole system, okay, and start working and incorporating that. And then this is where it gets really good. So you can, for me, this is what I do. I get my lifelong vitality pack, my supplement system, and then you can get up to 3 items at a discounted price. So for me, because there's 2 of us taking it, I end up doing like 2 orders in the month, but that's okay, because with the loyalty rewards program, you're going to earn points on every purchase. And anytime it's over 100 PV, you get free shipping. So I get my lifelong vitality pack. And once you click on that, it will pop in that you have a chance to customize it. It's a shop within a shop. So then what I will order is I will get the Advantage right here. And so I'm getting that at a discounted price. So instead of that wholesale price of $84.50, it's going to be only $65. So you're saving almost $20 that way. And then I always these are some staples in my system. So like the Terrazyme, I always take that. This is a great for our digestive system. It's really easing on our digestive system so that our body can absorb nutrients better and doesn't have to work as hard on breaking down our foods. And then the PB Assist, this is our pre and probiotic. So I take one of those every night. And so that will be like my first order. Okay, beep, and then beep, beep, beep. And then later, because my husband, Philip, loves the Advantage. He doesn't really need the Assist. Believe it or not, he is in that metabolically correct group of that 6.8%. And so he doesn't have really the issues that I'm struggling with. So he doesn't really take the Assist very often, unless like we're going for a big, Chipotle or something like that. But he does, and he loves the Advantage. He would never miss a day without it. So my second order ends up being, I will buy the Advantage, and then I'll get another one here too at the discounted price, and get the Assist at that discounted price. So here, basically, instead of being your $45.50 for these 2 products, it's only $25. So you're saving $20 that way. And it's just a great way to go. This class was awesome. I really appreciate you guys being on. I hope that it was helpful. As you can see, we've been teaching every single week. They are all recorded, so you can access them at any time. And then on the 31st is when we have our class with Dr. Kelly also. So she's teaching on the 31st at 7 p.m. Everyone has a different version. So if you've been on every single call, the teaching's different, right? You learn something new every time. And so it's pretty incredible. Let me stop sharing and see if there's any other questions that maybe didn't get answered. Okay. Yes. Yeah. I mean, sharing my results, like I said, Stephanie, I wasn't super excited to be in a swimming suit. I mean, my poor children, like they're in high school, and their friends see my Instagram page and they're like, oh, wow. Yeah. Your mom's really making progress there. I'm like, I'm so sorry, guys. Like, just tell them not to look at my page. I don't even know why they're looking at my page. It's their fault. They're weird, not me. Okay, yeah, getting the discounts, that is a great way to do it. So that discount only will pop up if you're doing it as a loyalty order, okay? And so a loyalty order is the best way to get the biggest bang for your buck with doTERRA, because you not only get that additional discount, deeper discount, but when you first get started, you get 10% back on every purchase that you make. And that percentage will increase by 5% anytime your monthly order is over 50 PV. So by the end of the year, you will get, they caps out at 30%. So for me, every purchase I make, I'm getting 30% back, like in points. Think of it as like Kohl's Cash, that I can cash in for free product. So my monthly orders, I never, very rarely will buy an oil itself. I'll buy my supplements, right? I buy my Lifelong Vitality, my Terrazyme, my PV Assist, obviously my Metapower, the collagen, and the Metapower Assist. And then as those points accumulate, that's when I cash in for oils. Okay, that's how I get my oils. I save my oil purchases for BOGO time and for when I cash in my points. That's one of the smartest ways to go because of the PV value. When can I cash in those points on that Metapower oil? I don't know. You know, whenever something's a brand new product, or a lot of times, like so Joan says, like, it doesn't count for points when he ordered something. I don't know if that means like it was a 0 PV, like our diffusers are a 0 PV, you don't get points on it. If there's some things that are protected that we cannot cash in points for, just because doTERRA is already giving us a discounted price and they just can't go any lower than that. And so like our Lifelong Vitality or the Metapower Advantage, maybe the oil, you know, when something's new, they just don't let you cash in points because yeah, is it about 6 months after a new product? So you could probably get the Metapower oil in a few months here. But that's why it's really smart to purchase your supplements as your monthly order, and then save your points and cash those in for your oils. Let's see, sometimes if there's an oil, like let's say like there's low inventory on, or it's very hard you know, to be able for us to be able to produce it. So something like, I know like Melissa oil was protected for a while and you couldn't cash in your points on it. So it might be something like that. Joan, you can message me and if you want to get a little more specific. So okay, all right, thank you. Oh gosh, wait, don't hold on one second. We need to do a door prize. So it doesn't look like Elsa is there. Joan, can you just pick a, oh wait, Elsa is there. Can you pick a winner for the
Okay, I'm gonna like randomly point because I didn't write down, so I'm gonna just,
I don't want to forget this.
okay. Becky. A Becky. I have no last name.
It's me. There, I put my video back on.
Okay, all right. So I just put in the email, just go to hello@danamore.com and you get a free frother, and then 3 of these little advantage packets will come to you. So hello@danamore.com. Thank you guys so much for being on. And again, we'll have this call again next week. So if you loved it, this is definitely open and available
Thank you.
for everybody and anybody. So invite your people.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you so
Have a great
much.
night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.